All right, we're about to start up this Amana S unit. Right now we have it pulling a vacuum. Basically what the vacuum does is removes everything from the refrigerant lines, any moisture, any air, any non-condensables. We want to get those out of the refrigerant lines. We did run all new refrigerant lines. This is a slab home, so we ran them through the attic over to the furnace room. Even though those are brand new lines, we still want to pressure test them, make sure we're flowing nitrogen while we're brazing, and now we're in the vacuum process. We're down to 540 microns, so it's almost time to release the charge on this unit. The micron level basically lets us know there's no non-condensables in the system, and then we'll isolate it, make sure it doesn't rise. If it rises, then we know one, we either have non-condensables, or two, we have a leak, and that's not good. So we're gonna do an isolation test. Once that passes the isolation test, then we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started up and start going through all the checks, make sure it runs properly, make sure the refrigerant charge is proper, make sure the airflow is set proper, and the customer is going to have a good working machine before we leave. We have the micron gauge isolated. It actually went down, which is a good sign. That means there's no non-condensables, there's nothing in the lines that we don't want, there's no leaks. So now what I'm going to do is break the vacuum with the refrigerant charge from the unit. I always like to open the refrigerant lines a little bit, let some refrigerant in, and then before we get full pressure, I'll put the Schrader core back into the core tool so that we know the Schrader cores are in there. Then we'll release the rest of the refrigerant charge. That way there's no non-condensables, there's no air that gets in the system. So I'm going to crack this real quick, and then we'll start putting the Schrader core back in. Now you can see on our micron gauge, it's kind of going crazy because we just hit it with some refrigerant, which is fine. We'll clean it off later, but we want to basically make sure there's no leaks in this thing, and using the core tool is the best way. And then on my core tool, I'll crack this little fitting to make sure, yep, it just purged itself, no refrigerant's coming out. So now I can take this off, and there's a core inside this tool, so I can take my core tool off. Then I will take my micron gauge off, and we'll give the system the rest of the refrigerant now that we know there's no chance that it has any leaks.